Toyota launched the Fortuner back in 2009 and we're here in 2016 in its brand new avatar. We have the Fortuner with us. So without further ado, let's just check it out and find out how it drives, how it handles and what's on offer. So the new Toyota Fortuner comes with a couple of engine options. You have a 2.7 litre petrol VVT-i and you have a 2.7 litre petrol and a 2.8 litre diesel. Incidentally, these are the same engines that are also there on the Innova Krista. However, the tuning in the diesel is slightly different. So the petrol motor that we're driving right now is a 2.7 litre VVT-i 4-cylinder engine. It puts out approximately 166 PS of power at 5200 RPM and 245 Newton meters of torque at around 4000 RPM. The peak power lies high up in the band, so you do need to step down on the accelerator to get going. However, this vehicle also comes with sports mode by pushing the gear lever to the right, and you also have paddle shifters to toggle between gears, and that really is a delight to drive, especially with this petrol motor. It's quite linear, quite progressive in its acceleration. You do need to put it through its paces. However, for city driving conditions, this is definitely an ideal motor because average speeds range between 35 to 40, maybe 50 kmph in good stretches, and driving this around city is a lot of fun simply because you don't really need that surge of power. It's smoother and it's a very linear climb up to the power, so you don't get tossed around too much in the vehicle like in a diesel motor, especially when the turbo kicks in. Apart from that, the sound of the engine, when you floor the accelerator, there is a definite grunt which comes in from the petrol motor, and you can hear that pretty easily and you do get thrown back in your seat. However, I would have liked it if the power came a little lower than 5200 RPM, but it's nothing detrimental. Still makes a lot of sense and drives like a dream. It's a delight, literally a delight to drive this vehicle on winding roads, even in city traffic, especially because it's an automatic. It's not that difficult to drive. So I'm driving around in the diesel variant of the Fortuner now. This is the same 2.8 litre engine which powers the Innova Krista as well. Now this engine puts out approximately 177 PS of power and 420 Newton meters of torque. It's a really chunky engine. It's really raw, powerful and feels really impressive to drive. The shift up in the RPM band is also smooth. Post around 1800 RPM, you really get that surge of power and you can get going. The gearbox has decently long legs, and on highways you can cruise at really healthy speeds. Now this is a 6-speed transmission, and this vehicle also has short throws in the gearbox, so that's decent. They're not really too short, but around average. So this vehicle comes with a 4-link with coil spring in the rear and a double wishbone suspension setup in the front. The suspension has been tuned. It's minutely stiff. While driving over some bad and broken roads, you do tend to get tossed around a fair bit, but nothing too detrimental either. So the new Toyota Fortuner has ventilated disc brakes on all 4 wheels. It's a step up from the previous version which had discs in the front and drum brakes in the rear. The brakes do lack a little bit of bite and feel. However, it's not really that bothersome, and when it comes to panic braking situations, this vehicle gets the job done pretty well. The ventilated discs work perfectly fine and inspire a lot of confidence in the driver as well. So this vehicle also comes with ABS, EBD and 7 airbags. In terms of safety also, it's pretty packed. It comes with hill assist as well. Other versions, other variants of the vehicle also come with hill descent control, and you also have the options of four-wheel drive in high range and low range as well. The vehicle has good approach and departure angles as well. So the steering has been weighted really well, and it's slightly on the heavier side, and it's really precise to driver inputs. I'm really enjoying it, especially on these twisties. It does lack a little bit of feel, but that's all right. It's not really that much of a problem. Now the turning radius on this vehicle is 5.8 meters, so it's pretty decent, and maneuvering it is also quite easy. You have a good point of view of the road as well. You're sitting high up on the road, so you have got a good point of view of the road and clear visibility of all four corners of the road as well, which is again a really good thing to have, especially in an SUV, because the proportions of this vehicle are big, and parking it into tight spaces also will be easy because you have a good clear line of sight, whether it's from the back, whether it's on the side view mirrors, and in the front as well. You can definitely see certain corners. However, the section of the headlamps, that's slightly difficult to notice. So you have a rear camera and sensors as well to aid you in parking.
Hiroki Nakajima, Fortuner Executive Chief Engineer and Managing Officer, has termed the new Fortuner as a 3-row, 7-seat space utility vehicle. In the new Toyota Fortuner, he feels the company has created an authentic SUV. The new Fortuner looks like a very neat and well-mannered route. All the curves and sleek lines from front to rear make a powerful style statement. The chrome belt line on the side simply enhances the good looks of the vehicle. The front scores with its tough-looking and rather imposing new grille, adorned on its sides by sharp bi-beam LED headlamps. The slender rear tail lights too are LED that come with aero fins. The lights share their space with the tailgate and the body in an almost wraparound manner. The fog lamps, roof rails and spoiler add to the good looks of the vehicle, apart from serving their own practical purposes. The SUV sits on tough-looking alloys and big 17 and 18-inch tires for the petrol and diesel variants respectively.
So we're inside the new Toyota Fortuner, and as you can see, really plush interiors. You have fine materials which have been used all around this dash, and touch of piano black finish here and there. It's classy, and at the same time it's very contemporary, has a feel-good factor about it. You get power adjusted and foldable ORVMs. You also have vanity mirrors for the driver and the co-driver as well, a day-night rear view mirror. You get automatic climate control. You have a touchscreen infotainment setup which also is capable of navigation, and you get power sockets over here and USB aux inputs right here. You have traction control and hill assist as well, and of course four-wheel drive options right here for high range four-wheel drive and low range four-wheel drive. You also get a multi-function steering wheel. Now I'm sitting in these seats, and plenty of bolstering on the sides, really comfortable, good lumbar support, good back support, and this is a power adjusted seat as well. It also comes with push button start stop entry. Let's go and check out what's on offer at the back. So we're in the second row of the Toyota Fortuner now, and as you can see, adequate space, plenty of knee room. Under thigh support is alright, it's not that great, and I can really stretch out my legs, plenty of headroom. For reference, my height is 5'7". Really roomy cabin. You have a lot of functionality built in. You have 4 kilo bag hooks right here, plenty of storage spaces for bottle holders. Now bottle holders in this door right here, it's a tad bit difficult to access them, especially when the door is closed. However, you open the door and you can easily access them. You have ventilation for the air conditioning on all 3 rows as well, and you have controls over here to increase, decrease, or use the automatic or turn it off for the aircon. Let's go and check out the third row as well. Okay, now I'm in the third row and I have ventilation right here. I also have ventilation over here, so you can probably cool water bottles right here. Decent amount of space, not really great. Someone over 5 feet 7 inch in height will probably feel cramped out here. I'm probably going to bang my head here if I go over a nasty speed breaker. decent amount of knee room. Under thigh support takes a hit. Back support is great, but overall it's still roomy. You have these big windows right here. Well, they're not so big, but they still give a roomy feeling. Could have been bigger, but the overall design otherwise is good. It lends a roomy feeling even while you're riding in the third row of the Toyota Fortuner. It's suited majorly for kids or short people and not for too big built people such as me. So as you can see, a decently spaced boot. It's not overly spacious, and the loading lip is slightly high. So if you have baggage, you're gonna have to put your back into it, but you can slide it in there and it fits in pretty easy. Apart from that, if you have any weekend luggage and it's seven people sitting in here, then it's going to be a tight fit. However, you can fold down the seats if you like and create more space.
If you're in the market for a true blue SUV, then the second generation Toyota Fortuner is going to be a great choice. It offers a lot of comfort, loads of features, and contemporary looks. We expect it to be priced around Rs 26 to 27 lakh ex-showroom Delhi, and at that price point, the new Toyota Fortuner will definitely become one of the best value for money products in its segment.
And amongst all C-segment sedans with petrol motors, this is the fastest. We're going to be reviewing the Linea 125S on the show today, so do stay tuned.